Hello, I'm Chris, and for those that don't know me, I own Every Trade, and with me and my business partner, we also own Preferred Joinery, a bespoke joinery company, Every Heat, a heating company. We're property developers, and we've just set up a grab and aggregates yard. And today, I want to talk to you about debt. So what is debt? Well, before we go into that, I want to say that I am no financial advisor. Clearly, I'm not smart enough to give financial advice. You need to do what's right for you and your business, but I'm going to tell you the story of what we've done and how we've utilized debt in our business. Debt is the secret sauce that the rich use to get richer and the wealthy utilize to stay wealthy. I'm no Elon Musk, but he's used debt, by the way. I just want to tell you how we have utilized all types of debt to build our business into a business now that turns over £5 million a year, and we've also acquired a property portfolio worth over £11 million. So when I talk about debt, in my opinion, there are two types of debt: bad debt and good debt. And today, I want to talk to you about good debt. So this is an example of bad debt. I bought this car on finance. However, it will depreciate over time, which means the value will go down every single month I own it. It will also not make my company any profit or make me any richer. However, I believe there should be some upsides to working hard and taking risks in life. So even though this is bad debt, I don't regret buying it. So this is an example of good debt. We financed this van over 5 years with a balloon payment at the end. However, this asset will earn our businesses money in the long term. It'll also leave some equity in the van at the end, which we could sell and realise and use as a deposit on another van. So how do we use debt in our businesses? To be honest, we use it in loads of places, and I'll talk to you about some of the mechanisms we use that have helped us grow our business into what it is today. We started with nothing, 200 quid, and we've now managed to build a group of companies worth over £16 million. And to do that, we've done it with debt. We've not had deep pockets, we've earned our money and we've reinvested our profits, but we've had to utilise debt to grow. We've used debt to buy tools, we've used debt to fund jobs, we've used debt to build our property portfolio. We use debt day in and day out. To be honest, we're up to our eyeballs in debt. So yeah, we are in a lot of debt. However, it's good debt, and without it, we wouldn't have this business. And most businesses utilise debt to function. So I want to talk to you today how you could maybe utilise debt, not be scared of debt, to build your company into the type and the size of company you've dreamt about. So I'm in our tool store, our very messy tool store, and those that watch our weekly episodes will know that I love Hilti tools, but we used good debt to get these tools. So these tools here are all quite expensive. We could have just paid for these outright from our cash flow. However, cash is king, especially in construction where your cash gets absolutely drank day in, day out. So what we've done, we've used Hilti Fleet. Now that's their pay monthly service that they offer. So for example, this breaker here, the Hilti TE2000 on the Neuron range, great bit of kit. To buy that outright, I think you're looking at about 3k. But what we do, we lease this on finance. So it's a finance lease product for about £60 a month. Now, if I was to hire that, I probably spend, what, 25 quid, maybe a bit more a day, but we use these day in, day out. So if I break it down amongst the actual usable days, 60 quid, and let's say we use it 10 times in a month, that's £6 a day. We're making a saving. Also with Hilti Fleet, what you get, if that breaks down, they'll repair it, they'll send out a replacement. If it gets stolen, it's covered, and we all know that tools get stolen. But I've acquired most of these Hilti tools via the Hilti Fleet finance product, and that is how you can utilize good debt to build your arsenal of tools. All these make our business money. All these are built into the costs of jobs. So essentially, we're getting them for free and they're earning us money. So there's a first small example of how you can utilize good debt to build your business. What do you reckon to this Hoover, by the way? Love this Hoover. So another example of good debt is our grab trucks. We have recently set up a grab and aggregate company. Now, again, we didn't just have the money to go out and buy all this plant and machinery and grab trucks that we needed to offer this service. So we've utilised good debt. We've bought these trucks and assets over 5 years, and if you net it all down, you have a monthly payment. All we've got to do is build the business up sufficiently so that we make more monthly than it's costing us in our good debt. And at the end of it, don't forget, we will still own the assets, which we could, if we wanted to, refinance and pull more money out like you would refinance, remortgage your home, or we could sell it and go again. So another example of good debt is buying plant and machinery. When we looked at our business, we realised we were spending tens of thousands of pounds a month renting diggers, excavators and other types of plant. And actually, long term, we were seeing no benefit. So then one day we sat down and said, why don't we acquire the plant ourselves using good debt, finance, and then the days we're not using it, we could rent it out and monetize it as well. So the concept is the same as the grabs, as I was telling you about before. As long as you can make more from renting or using the plant yourself than you are servicing the debt, then you're quids in, aren't you? And you also get to own the asset at the end. It's win-win. So another example of good debt is utilising credit accounts with suppliers. Now, I'm sure most of you guys already do this, but for those getting into the industry, I want to explain. I've heard people say, oh, I can't do that job because it's going to cost me too much money and materials and I haven't got money available to do it. However, if you utilise credit accounts, you can punch well above your weight. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're in a job and it's going to cost you 10 grand in materials that you need on day one, but you've agreed 30-day payment terms with your customer. And be careful when you agree 30-day payment terms. Make the payment terms work for you. Not many people do we give 30 days to. So I'll buy the materials utilising our credit accounts. Now, if you want, you can put it all in one account, or maybe you can spread your credit across multiple accounts. And most people will give you 30 days from month end. So the idea is you spend that 10 grand, let's say it's on the 1st of January, you don't need to pay for that till the very end of February, at which time, hopefully, if you run the job right and it's gone as you planned, you'll have that money back paid from the customer. You pay your bills, you've got your profit in the bank and you're happy. That is another way of utilising what we call good debt. And trust me, everybody does it. Even the biggest of the big boys, they've got tens of millions of pounds worth of credit with all these suppliers. And that's just the way the world works. It's a washing machine of money. You put money in, and when you need it, some money comes back out, and you keep loading the washing machine. It's a cycle. So that is a way to utilise good debt to fund your projects. So the way the rich get richer is by utilising good debt in property, and we're doing the same. We divert our profits from our other businesses into our property strategy, and that's enabled us to build a property portfolio worth over £11 million. Good debt utilised into property is a powerful strategy, and now I'm going to go and meet my business partner at one of our projects to show you how we do it. So another way to leverage good debt is property. Now, Alex, my business partner, who you've met on our weekly videos, he has built a property strategy, which now I'm heavily involved in, we do together. But Alex, tell us how you can leverage good debt in property.
So you can use good debt to get a bigger type of property. So say, for instance, to make the numbers easy, if you've only got £30,000, say, you can buy a £100,000 property with the leverage of debt. So you could get a bridging loan, 75%, plus your fees, bit of stamp, probably take you to 30k. But that 30k has enabled you to get a £100,000 asset. So people may look at it and think, yeah, but you've got debt to buy it and it's bad, but it's actually good debt if you use it correctly. Get in at the right price, do your work that you need to do to it, and get it refinanced and paid back. And even when you refinance again onto good debt, which is a long-term product, not a bridging loan. And the tenant's essentially paying that for you. So it's debt that you need in order to make a certain amount of money.
And that's why it's good debt, because the asset you're buying with the good debt is appreciating all the time. And once you're then onto a longer term mortgage product, that will appreciate for as long as you own the property. There will be dips, there will be peaks, that's the property market. However, there's one key fundamental: there's not enough homes for people in this country. There just isn't. It's fact. Don't matter which government's in power. So by utilising good debt, what you're doing there is you're borrowing, you're taking a risk, but essentially it's enabling you to get something that will make you money for the rest of your life and will appreciate for the rest of your life. Just like buying your own home there. Yeah, how many people have took out a mortgage at the time and you think, oh my God, this is big. But then you come to sell it in 5-10 years later.
There's a good chunk of equity, isn't it?
And you've made money. You've utilised debt, good debt, to basically build your long-term wealth. And we believe that whilst, yeah, we've got our operational side of the business and the construction side of the business, this is where we're going to channel all of our profit into utilising. I'm getting absolutely done in here. On a building site.
The thing is, though, like it does sound easy to say, go and get a lending and then buy a property, but you need to make sure there's a few key fundamentals in place. You bought for the right price. What are you going to do with it? Who's your tenant type? What type of rent are you going to get? Are you going to get enough to be able to pay back the mortgage or pay the interest on the mortgage? Enough to cover your maintenance, cover your management costs? So you need to factor all them things in. But if them things are correct, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to take on good debt in order to get yourself to where you need to be or buy that property you need to buy. And as I say, there's properties now that we're refinanced that we bought 5 years ago, coming to an end of a 5-year fixed term. And there's good equity in them now. They're like 55% loan to value. So we could, if we wanted to, pull another chunk out of that, take us back up to 75% because inflation's pushed the prices up, rents have gone up, so the actual value of the property's gone up, and put that into something else and go and buy another property again. I
said this time and time again on these episodes. If you haven't got a property strategy, you need to get one. It's all well and good earning a wage or being self-employed and earning money, but really, what's that money doing other than fund your lifestyle and basically rotting away with inflation? Put your money, utilise debt into property, and honestly, your retirement will thank you for it. So another way you can utilise good debt is by buying other businesses. Recently, we built a bespoke joinery company called Preferred Joinery, and we utilised good debt to acquire that business. So we borrowed money over a long term to purchase a business that will cash flow, service that debt, but also make us profit. And at the end of that loan agreement, we'll own the business outright. So how many of you guys thought you could actually buy businesses? You're probably looking at businesses around and thinking, I'd love to own a business like that. But you think, I haven't got the cash available to buy that business. But this is the thing, you don't necessarily need the cash. You can utilise good debt. There's lots of lenders and banks out there that will lend you money if a business that you're buying is viable, if it generates good profit, if it owns assets that have not got debt attached to them. You can utilise those assets to raise finance. You can also speak to the current owner and raise money against them, pay them back over time. That's the way lots of people buy businesses, and it actually blew my mind when I realised how easy it is. You could double, triple, quadruple the turnover of your business now by acquiring other businesses utilising good debt. Cash versus debt. I get it. A lot of you guys won't like debt. Some of you might be even scared of debt. However, we've utilised debt, specifically good debt, to build our businesses and our property portfolio. And without that, we couldn't have done it. We could have maybe kept reinvesting our profits from cash flow month in, month out, and we probably would have built our businesses organically, but it would have taken tens of years to get to where we are today. And I'm in a rush. I want to build these businesses so that my kids and my grandkids can benefit from these businesses forever, for the rest of their lives. Even the richest of the rich have utilised debt. Richard Branson, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs when he was alive, everyone you can think of utilised debt to grow their businesses. It's a simple decision. If you can borrow £1 but turn that into £4, then why wouldn't you do that? If you've got piles of cash there and your businesses don't drink the cash like ours do in construction, then great, go for it. However, we just weren't in that position. We've had to utilise good debt to grow our businesses. So it's all about risk versus reward. Is the asset or the thing that you're going to finance utilising good debt going to make you money in the short, medium and long term? Will something you buy at a price today be worth more at a higher price down the line. That's what you need to evaluate. That's what we do. Do we need this product, this property right now? Does it make sense borrowing money to acquire that asset now before it gets more expensive? That's what you need to evaluate before you utilize good debt. Risk versus reward. So, what if it all goes wrong? And I get it, that is a valid point. With most debt in business, you need to personally guarantee the payment. So that means that if your business fails or your business can't afford to pay the debt, you personally could be liable and your home is at risk. And that is the factor. I think Alex and I personally guarantee tens of millions of pounds worth of finance. It is a calculated risk. So don't do it if you don't believe in your business. Don't do it if you're not prepared to bust your balls to make your business a success. Do your numbers, make sure that it's a calculated and measured risk. Yeah, make sure that the juice is worth the squeeze, because honestly, what's most important in life is your happiness, your family's health, and providing a great life for all your loved ones. So yeah, debt, and good debt specifically, is a great way to grow and really speed up the growth of your business. But ask yourself, is it actually all worth it? So those of you that watch our weekly episode will know that I'm a big fan of these. This is the Capital on Tap credit card. Now, I've said this before, I am not giving financial advice and I am not affiliated with Capital on Tap in any way. However, we have utilized this card across all our businesses and it's amazing. It takes about 60 seconds to get approved and you can get up to a 70k limit like that. And that for new businesses as well. People have been applying for this loads of times and getting amazing access to credit that's helped them cash flow and grow their business. But that's not the reason why I really like this card. Why I like this card is you get 1% cash back on your purchases. So this is a use of good debt. Last year we spent about £2 million on materials, but we earned 1% cash back because we utilized this card to buy the materials. So that's 20k for free. We earned our business 20k back just for buying materials. Not only did we buy materials outright, we paid for our credit accounts and our HMRC liabilities utilizing this card. There's a link in the description below. If you utilize this card and you get one, the minute you make your first transaction, you earn £75 and we earn £75. So it's win-win, and I'll also really like you. So have a look for this in the link below. If you want access to cash back, yeah, free money and instant cash flow, get one of these bad boys. Honestly, you won't regret it. So that is how we've utilized good debt to supercharge the growth of our businesses. Like I've said, yeah, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. You need to make your own decisions. However, I'm just sharing with you how we've managed to build these businesses utilizing debt. Honestly, if you want to build a business with real assets, tangible assets that are worth more in years to come, then you need to utilize debt or get yourself a sugar daddy. I haven't got one, so we've had to utilize good debt. I hope you found this video informative. Come back on Sunday for our usual weekly update behind the build, where we tell you the story across all our companies. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Click here to watch last week's video. Click here and here to watch videos you need to watch, man. And click here to subscribe to the channel. Have a good week. Your home is at risk if you don't keep up the payments on it, or if there's a fire in your house.